गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bolo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Haraya Namah, Krishna Yadavaya Namah, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah. O Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudha, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudha, Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohar, O Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohar. Hare Haraya Namah, Krishna Yadavaya Namah, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Jai Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. पतित पावन गौर हरे जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरे नित्य गौर हरि बाल हरे बाल हरे बाल जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवजगाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सतश्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की नाम आचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की शिल प्रभुपाद की प्रभुपाद अनुगा की सामवेत भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Text 74. Canto 6, chapter 18, text 74. Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishah Ye tu nechanti apiparam te swartha kushalaha smritaha. Please repeat. Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishah Ye tu ne icchanti apiparam te swartha kushalaha smritaha. Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishah Ye tu ne icchanti apiparam te swartha kushalaha smritaha. Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishah Ye tu nechanti apiparam te swartha kushalaha smritaha. Aradhanam, the worship, Bhagavatah, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ihamanah, being interested in. Nirashishah, without material desires. Ye, those who. Tu, indeed. Na icchanti, do not desire. Api, even. Param, liberation. Te, they. Swartha, in their own interest. Kushalaha, expert. Smritaha, are considered. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation: although those who are interested only in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not desire anything material from the Lord and do not even want liberation, Lord Krishna fulfills all their desires. Please repeat. Although those who are interested only in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not desire anything material from the Lord and do not even want liberation, Lord Krishna fulfills all their desires. Purport: when Dhruva Maharaja saw Lord Vishnu, he declined to take any benedictions from him, for he was fully satisfied by seeing the Lord. Nonetheless, the Lord is so kind that because Dhruva Maharaja in the beginning had desired a kingdom greater than his father's, he was promoted to Dhruvaloka, the best planet in the universe. Therefore, in the Shastra, it is said, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaridi thivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. A person who has broader intelligence, whether he is full of material desires, free from material desires, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Whole, the Personality of Godhead. One should engage in full devotional service. Then, even though he has no desires, whatever desires he previously had can all be fulfilled simply by his worship of the Lord. The actual devotee does not desire even liberation. Anya abhilashi tashunyam. The Lord, however, fulfills the desire of the devotee by awarding him opulence that will never be destroyed. A karmi's opulence is destroyed, but the opulence of a devotee is never destroyed. A devotee becomes more and more opulent as he increases his devotional service to the Lord. Om Tat Sat. This is exactly what you want to hear. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatana Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Kauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The chapter is titled Diti Vows to Kill Indra. It's an exciting story. Diti means who is the mother of whom? So she is the mother of all the asuras, the daityas. She is producing Vaishnavas. This is a very interesting story. She is used, her womb is always producing asuras of the highest order, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. But her grandson was Prahalad, coming out of Hiranyakashipu. So this is a great clan. Kashyapa has got Aditi and Diti. Aditya Varanam Tamasap Parastat. We are singing the beautiful Surya. Adityas are all the demigods coming from Aditi. And here is the story in short of Diti feeling very bad. You know the whole story of how she approached Kashyapa and then she became pregnant. At the wrong hour she approached Kashyapa, then she became pregnant, delivered Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and then she somehow managed to pacify Kashyapa Muni. And Kashyapa Muni said, okay, you're after all my wife and I am also involved in this. So he pacified and said, but your grandson will be great. So this way she became a little pacified. But actually she was not fully pacified. Why? Because of Indra, the chief of the demigods, who has this connection with Vishnu. And because of that, both my sons Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were killed by this Vishnu. So I want to avenge Indra. Actually, I'm not angry with anybody, not Vishnu, anybody. But this Indra, he is killed and he is the chief agent for getting Vishnu to do this to all my Asura children. So if I finish him, so she wanted a son who will kill Indra. She wanted a son who will kill Indra. So she approached her husband now again. Previously, she told, I want, I am not getting pregnant, everybody else, like that. Now she said, I want to finish this Indra. So he became very disturbed. What a type of a desire you have. Actually, these things don't matter, but he could not advise his wife. His wife is fully emotionally finished. So he knew that this is not the way to do it. He said, the only way to do this is to pray to Vishnu. So she is the mother of the Asuras. He made her, directed her to Vishnu. And I told her a whole penance how to do it. Very carefully you must execute it. He put her into all these ritualistic things and all these boundaries and everything. Don't forget to wash your feet. Don't forget this, that, and all that. So many things, rules and regulations. Worship Vishnu. She did that. I don't mind worshipping Vishnu if you can get a son who will kill Indra. Desire, will pull you anywhere. You collaborate with anybody to get your desire satisfied. Desire is supreme. It doesn't matter, you will even collaborate with the enemy to get your desire satisfied. Desire has no enemies. Even enemy becomes your friend for desire. So she said, I will follow my husband. And his husband is very powerful, Kashyapa Muni. He very indirectly wanted to slowly make her a devotee. So he put her on this path and she very carefully did it. And what Indra did, he came to know about it. He comes to know about everything. He thought, my gosh, this is very dangerous. I have to be very close to Diti and then only it will happen. I can't trust anybody here. So he became Diti's assistant servant under a nice special representation. He became her assistant servant and he wanted to carefully watch. எங்கேயாவது கொஞ்சம் slip ஆனானா I will enter. Because she is doing very strict ritualistic and her desire is very great and she wants to achieve it, so she will follow it. Will follow it. You see, you get more determined when you want a material desire satisfied, then you can get determined in your sadhana. It's very interesting to note. Phenomenon and conditioned souls. You'll get more determined to pass the IAS exams and score this and all that. But when it comes to your sadhana and chanting Hare Krishna, I can chant only 2 rounds. I mean, sometimes I'm initiated devotee also, then I cannot chant because IAS is very important. This is very important, that is very important. Somehow there is an amazing inspiration in achieving things materially that make people do a lot of austerity for getting something material. But unfortunately, there is not so much value. Of course, in some people there is. There's not so much value to achieve love of God with the same amount of determination and austerity. So I think Kashyapa Muni knew this. He tricked his wife. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. Before this thing, there are so many rules. People like rules, actually. Give me a lot of rules and regulations, I follow it and I achieve success. Put me inside this thing and I'll escape from there. Everybody wants some achievement in life, anything in some sort. So he did that to her and she did all the austerities very carefully. But Indra also was watching very carefully. Somewhere there'll be a slip here after some time. And one fine day she forgot to wash her heels. That's why, many times people will say, wash your backside of the leg and before going to sleep. It's a derivation from this. She forgot to wash. He entered through that. Because she was pregnant having a son. As per this thing. She entered through that. He entered through that. And then he went to the womb. Went inside the womb. And cut the womb. Cut the baby in the womb. Slashed it 7 times 7, it is mentioned. 7 into 7, 49 times. And those in the womb, those said, Indra, what are you doing? We are your brother. From the same father. You're killing your brother. They immediately brothered him. Made him sibling. You're our brother. But then he became very affectionate towards them. So the 49 Maruts were born. They all were demigods. Because they became brother of Indra. They became Sura. They became devotees. So this is an amazing story from the womb of Diti. Krishna produced these Maruts using Indra's desire and Diti's desire. So it's a very interesting story. These are very amazing stories. Of course, some people think that's too exotic and too phantasmagoric. It's too out of the world to believe that he entered the womb and cut it into, 49 this thing and then they became 49 Maruts. And how can I believe all these things? Yeah, with the type of education I've had from school and all that. I don't even know there is something called soul. So that's the problem you have. And therefore you cannot extend even your imagination beyond what has been taught to you, what you have been conditioned by something called education that you got. Unfortunate. But I can believe it. I have faith. And therefore I can swim deep inside these and enjoy these pastimes. That's the difference between a devotee and those who are non-devotees. Right? So although it is exotic and it is amazing, I believe in it. I can go into it. I can believe in it and I can enjoy it because I can enter it. And you will have to make a lot of the rings or you can have to make some movie like that and enter that artificially. Because you want to enjoy these things. So you make artificially movies and enjoy it and come out and say, so nice. Because you know it is real. There are things really happening like that. Why don't you believe in that? Hear the story of the Shamantaka Mani from Bhagavat. Lord of the Rings and all that picture vangano. Amazing story. Amazing story. Very realistic, more realistic. It's not at all fictional. Story of one ring. It went from where to where. Right. So don't think that Bhagavatam is short of any exotic, amazing story. This is one such story. Indra went into the womb of Diti. Right? You can call her his mother. Her sister is his mother. He entered her womb and cut off all the into 79. He made 49. But they all said, we are your brothers, and they all started praising him, glorifying him and all that. In this way, Indra felt affection for them. So, amazing things happened. This is the whole layout of the story. In that here, Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishah Yetune Ichanti Apiparam Te Swartha Kushalaha Smritaha. Although those who are interested only in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not desire anything material from the Lord and do not even want liberation, Lord Krishna fulfills all their desires. Don't think devotees' material desires are not fulfilled. Opening up a new chapter in Krishna consciousness. Many people may want to enter this door. Bhapriya. No. Krishna decides actually. It's only mentioned here that the opulence of a devotee is not ordinary opulence, like the opulence of a non-devotee. But the opulence is given by Krishna. And also Krishna will take away your opulence also. That's also mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Two things can happen. What is good for you, he will do. You may like opulence, but Krishna may think, no, you can't handle it. You will drop your devotion, so you should not get opulence. Like we just hearing last time about Chitraketu. Chitraketu could handle opulence and his devotion. He was very rich, roaming around in a big airplane, free airplane. All over the universe you can travel. Vaikuntha Airlines given to him inside the material world. And he traveled everywhere with women, chanting and glorifying the Lord. I'm sure you're all thinking, Appadi nalla irukume adu. That will be a nice thing. I never knew this is allowed in devotional service. Actually, I'm a good kirtaner. Why don't I combine these two things together? Chitraketu Sankirtan party. We can start Harinam Sankirtan, Chitraketu. Collect a lot of women and then go and sing. It will not work. You're not Chitraketu. It doesn't work. Chitraketu could handle it. Could handle the opulence. The Lord gave him bhakti and opulence. Then after giving him that, the Lord said, no, you're too good. You're handling it so good. You come back to me fast. And therefore he made Parvati curse him and come back fast to me. Because if you go on like this, bhakti and opulence is such a combination, you will not think of going back to Godhead. You will keep on continuing. All facilities given. All facilities are given to me. And I can chant Hare Krishna. Everything looks good. Because I told you last time, yesterday I think we were discussing that material facilities, if I can get, then spiritual life will be so good. But spiritual life is not meant to be so good materially that you can settle down. Therefore, material facilities will always be less. So that you will always be Krishna conscious, praying for material facilities. And this way Krishna got his plan. Similarly, he's got a plan for Diti. Through Kashyapa, he is executing it. It doesn't matter if you have a desire, but you're sold out to me, you're my devotee. So you're struggling with this desire. And it is my duty to help you shred it. Even the smallest desire you have. Even the smallest desire you have. Even the biggest desire you have. Dhruva Maharaj had a very big desire. As soon as he saw Krishna, he said, I wanted to forget it. Swamin kritartho asmin varam na yache. I don't want this varam. I don't want this boon. Varam na yache. I don't want it. I thought once upon a time I want to be a greater king and emperor than my father because he refused to have me climb his lap. So he said, I want to be even greater than my father's grandfather, Brahma, even greater than him I should be. So the Lord said, okay, you become person in Dhruvaloka. Then he said, no, I don't want all that. No, you take it. You wanted it. So you take it. Why? Because now you can handle it. Now you become a devotee, you can handle it. He handled it very nicely without losing his devotion. So when the Lord sees that you're able to do it, He'll give you opulence. When He sees that you cannot, He will take away even what you have with you. That's why being a devotee is very dangerous, yeah. In case you did not know, we didn't tell you this before. These are all underlying agendas. We don't tell you. We tell you everything will become all right. You chant Hare Krishna. The holy name is Chintamani, which is true also. But the problem is, while chanting the holy name, if you have desires, material desires, that will also be satisfied. Which means you'll delay your trip back to Godhead. Right? So there are many factors that play in. So Krishna, it is not that it is known that Lord Shiva and Durga, if you worship, you'll get opulence. If you worship Krishna, you'll all be poor. Normally people say, worshippers of Krishna are like Sudama, singing bhajan and standing somewhere here, no money, no job, torn clothes, all you Sudama walas. Worship Krishna, you'll get nothing. Not true. Not true. Pandavas were not some, roadside beggars or something. They were emperors, kings. They always had a lot of opulence. So many of them were very opulent. So many devotees were very opulent. Why? Because they could handle it. Because the most important thing is devotion. And if your devotion is getting spoiled by anything, then Krishna will actually make necessary adjustments. Because devotion is what makes you very rich, actually. Actually, what makes you rich is bhakti, devotion. Although we may say, yes, bhakti, but inside we may have, but actually I have this desire, dash. I think I have value for this. We have all sorts of things inside. But we are forced to say, bhakti is the rich, makes you rich. Yeah, bhakti makes you rich. But inside, because desires are very strong, like I told you. Statements can be made, but desires, will swallow your statements also. Very powerful. So therefore, in order to make our desire completely diverted towards Krishna, that's why Krishna, you don't know the value. It's a fact of knowledge given in the Shastra that love of Krishna is the topmost treasure. But what to do? You're not able to understand it. You're not able to value it because you don't know about it. You don't know about it. For a child, you give him 1,000 rupee note, give some paper, give some this thing, everything is the same. Why? He does not know, yaar, kashtapattu sambadhichirukken, adu mele nee eludhre. You take 1,000 rupee note and give him, you give him pieces of paper, it's all same, he will tear everything together. Why? He does not know. He does not know. Similarly, for a devotee, he is not yet known in his sadhana that the value of chanting the holy name, the value of bhakti, in terms of what Krishna thinks. Nam akari bahuda nija sarva shakti. Nija sarva shakti. All my deep energies are in the holy name. I have invested it for you, but you don't know the value of it. And I've given it to you. Open your mouth, chant. Without knowing the value, you are chanting. It's okay because you are my son. You are my child. You may not know the value, but I want to give it to you because it is good for you. And we don't know the value. So we don't know the value of devotional service actually. We are doing it because everybody is doing it, because in the Shastra it says so. And a lot of good things are mentioned about it. Must be good. Let's do it. All the elders are saying so. Prabhupada said so. Narada Muni said so. All of them have said so. Therefore we will do. Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Arjuna said, because Asita, Devala, Vyasa all have spoken about the same thing, that you are the greatest, you are this person spoken about in the Vedas is you. Now I'm hearing it from you only. It's confirmed. This is how people confirm things. Great people say it, so we follow it. Right? We are also doing that. But by doing things which great people tell you, Guru tells you, Prabhupada tells you, Vaishnavas tell you, you do it. You are the one who will gain. And you will see Diti is the one who will gain. Indra will also gain. It's all completely win-win for everybody. Because Krishna is involved. Krishna gets involved. So it's mentioned here that you may have desires. Akama sarvakamo va mokshakama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Whether you have no desires, akama, sarvakamova, you have all sorts of desires. Mokshakama, you have desire for liberation. Doesn't matter for any of these things. Tivrena bhakti yogena. You must do tivra bhakti. You must do fully powered devotional service. Yajeta purusham param. You will achieve. Not only will you achieve what you want, you will also achieve something supreme. Even without your asking for it. Although you don't know the value for it, you will achieve it. This is the kindness of the Lord. This is a special mercy of the Lord. So throughout the Bhagavatam, you will see amazing bhakti histories. Bhakti stories, stories of devotion, where people have fallen in love with Krishna in some way or the other. In some way or the other, in some level or the other, and have got reciprocation from Krishna. And they have secured devotion. And then they look back and say, oh, I desired this and Krishna actually gave me this. He protected me. He channelized my whole desire in such a way that I'll achieve love of God. If not for Krishna, I would have never got it. If not for His mercy, I would have never been a devotee. So you become very grateful to Krishna. And your love for Krishna increases because you're so nicely secured and protected by Krishna. That is the meaning of Him saying, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Only I can give you that shelter which you want. Mam ekam sharanam means surrender only to me because only I can give you what you want. The shelter. Nobody else can provide that. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayisyami ma suchaha. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. Don't have to worry about anything. So, most conditioned souls in this world don't know the greatness of this devotional service. And all great personalities who are powerful, exalted devotees, they do the amazing service for the Lord of bringing everybody to understand this value and making them surrender to Krishna. That they will employ all sorts of tricks to do it. We saw how Chitraketu was tricked into giving up the desire to have a child. He had 10 million wives, it is mentioned. The Bhagavatam. 10 million wives, not even one child he had. Anybody hears the story, they'll think, very special story. 10 million marriages he attempted, not one child. So it is definitely sure Krishna doesn't want to give him a child. But he did not accept it. He kept trying, kept desiring. And Narada and Angira could say, Krishna is not going to give you a child. I can see it very clearly. But you don't understand it. You won't understand it like this because you are very sold out and attached to that idea that I must have a child. Why don't you give it up? You're not able to give it up. So he staged a whole drama. Staged a whole drama which climaxed in the dead son coming back and talking to the father and said, "Who are you? Come from the mouth of your son." Self-realization comes out of the mouth of your son. Immediately he became thoroughly detached. And Narada Muni said, "Now you go." That's all. You start hating the whole world and all this thing, and you want only Krishna. Very good. In this way, Narada Muni engineered it. So Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has done that to crores of devotees all over the world. He has made them chant Hare Krishna, surrender their life to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, do Harinama Sankirtan, eat nice prasadam, live in the community of devotees, and gradually progress in spiritual life. But all the time in their mind, many things are going on. Is this true? Am I really doing this? Why am I doing this? Why did I change like this? But you keep going on. You keep going on, and gradually things become settled. Krishna makes that arrangement. Prabhupada told a devotee in America, he said, he gave the example of the Ajagra Vritti. Means the snake's very smart program. The snake doesn't build a house. Snake goes and occupies the house of the rat. It goes inside, eats up the rat, and sleeps there. Free boarding lodging. Forced. You get a full nice dinner and you go to sleep there also. Maybe you can even extend your stay because you've eaten up the owner already and you have digested it. And if you want, you can extend your stay, or you can go to another place, a new place, and eat up that owner also. So he said the Ajagra Vritti. And he said, this is what I am doing. I have come to America and I am teaching you Krishna consciousness which you don't know about. And I am using your money, your nation, your wealth for that. You don't understand? He said, actually it is greater than colonization, more powerful than the British colony. So he said that is what is my program. I came with $7, he said. Now I have got so much all over the world. He actually explained it in a different way. Similarly, Prabhupada told another devotee who came and complained to him, is from America, in Bombay, I think he came and complained to him saying that Indians are very bad. They cheat, they tell lies, they do this, they do that and all that. They, cheating. So Prabhupada listened to him and smiled and said, I am also Indian. Did I not cheat you by shaving up your head, taking away all your hair, making you a devotee, brought you to India? I also cheated you. For a moment, the devotee was shaken into reality. And then Prabhupada explained and said, but the greater cheating is Maya cheating you in illusion. You are cheated out of something much greater. You are cheated out of Krishna Bhakti. You are cheated and you are put here to think that this is real. That is the big cheating. So cheating is going on everywhere. First thing, we cheat ourselves. It's one of the 4 miserable qualities of the living being is that he cheats himself. And material nature is cheating you also. So lots of people cheating you actually. It's only Krishna who is not cheating you. It's only Krishna who is telling you the truth and it looks like he's cheating you. It looks like he's cheating you. So here Kashyapa Muni cheats his wife, puts up a path for Krishna consciousness for her, and she strictly follows it. She strictly follows it. So this is amazing. So tricking people into Krishna consciousness is allowed. There is a saying, all is fair in love and war. You heard of that? So we are speaking about love of God. All is fair in love of God. Because slowly the devotee understands it. And he is happy about it. So Krishna even will actually give you wealth, opulence, everything. Only if he is confident that you can handle it. Otherwise, he may not give. He may even give you mukti, but he will not give you bhakti. He will not spoil that little bhakti you have. He better take away what you have. From Sanatana Goswami, Lord Chaitanya took away even that blanket he was putting. He came as Darabesh, like a hippie looking, landed in Varanasi. And he was waiting for Lord Chaitanya outside his door with the blanket. The blanket was given to him by his nephew Shrikant. As he was passing through the forest, he said, "Uncle, where are you going like this? It's a dangerous place. You don't have anything with you. Take my blanket." He gave a new blanket. So he came there and he was, all for so many days traveling, very tired, sitting on the outside Thinnai balcony. I mean, what do you call that? Corridor, whatever. He was sitting there and he was resting. Lord Chaitanya inside, no, he has come. So he told, I think it is Tapan Mishra or Chandrasekhar, he told him, Sanatana Goswami is outside, bring him inside. So he went to see outside. He thought Sanatana Goswami, clean shaved, nice, tilak, shining effulgence will be there from him. Sanatana Goswami is so famous, everybody knows about him. Right? Rupa Goswami, his elder brother and whatnot. Everybody knows. So he was looking for Sanatana Goswami with that notion. And he looked at this person, definitely is not this fellow. And he looked everywhere and he came inside and told Lord, there is nobody there. He said, is anybody there at all? He told, there is some Darabesh, some hippie, beggar fellow. He only, bring him inside. Ayyo, he is Sanatana Goswami. He went and told him, please come inside. He brought him. As soon as he brought him inside, first thing Lord Chaitanya is look at his blanket. He took a quick look at his blanket. And Sanatana Goswami noticed it. Looking at my blanket. He is very sharp. Sanatana Goswami is serving the king. He is in the ministry. He knows political things. He knows everything. As soon as Lord Chaitanya saw the blanket, he quickly shifted, but he has noticed my blanket. Why is he having this costly blanket? He has given up his post, given up so much wealth. Why have this blanket? Is the top of thought Lord Chaitanya had for a moment. And Sanatana Goswami, he told him, you get dressed, you shave up, you take bath and take prasadam and everything and all that. He straight went down for taking bath to the river. He traded his blanket with another tourist sitting there, drying his torn blanket with patches and all stitched here and there, and he has dried it. He has just washed it, full of holes in it. And he's sitting there and he's doing his own thing. Sanatana Goswami went to him and told him, can you take my blanket and give you a blanket? He said, what is wrong with you? This blanket is full of holes. This is a new blanket. Are you okay? You are normal? I am perfectly normal. I want this blanket. I'll trade this with you. He said, fine. I don't mind. And he had him take the blanket. Sanatana put this stone blanket around and went back. And Lord Chaitanya became very pleased when he saw. He made a comment. Very slanted comment he made. You see, when a physician treats his patient, he will make sure that all the germs, the virus, the bacteria is fully removed. Why will he leave a little bit remaining there? Isn't it? He told like this. That's all he told Sanatana Goswami. You should remove completely everything. Clean it full. This is a story of a very opulent man, Sanatana Goswami, being told by Lord Chaitanya, become fully poor. Don't have anything with you. Because I'm going to fill it up with Krishna Bhakti. I'm going to fill you up with Krishna Bhakti, which he did with great mercy. So this is a case of the Lord removing even a blanket from a pure devotee. And you have so many different permutations and combinations. Sometimes wealth is given. Sometimes everything is taken away. From Sudama, everything was taken away. And he was very happy like that only. And when Krishna gave him, he said, I don't want this. When he came back home, it is mentioned that he told his wife, I am afraid of this. I will sleep on the floor only with my little towel. You can sleep in the palace if you want. I don't want it. I'll sleep on the floor. Why? For me, bhakti is more valuable. So when a devotee knows, even if it is given, he is not going to take it. He's not going to try to enjoy it, have a gratification out of it. See? So that is why Swarga Pavarga Narikeshu Api Tulyartha Darshinaha. They don't care two hoots for all these things. They are fully fixed in the most valuable commodity, bhakti, devotion. Devotional service to the Lord. Give me a chance to sing a little kirtan. Give me a chance to associate with the devotee, see you, your beautiful forms, and then be happy. Some people will feel devotees are all alpa santoshis. Very easily they are pleased. No expense at all for them. Give them a little khichdi, they will jump and dance. Show them little deity worship. Give them a few books, they will keep very busy. That's all. They'll keep blah, 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 talking among themselves. And they'll go from door to door and talk. And they're simple guys. They're not very problematic at all. Most people, political guys, now look at them and say, harmless guys. It's okay. They don't do anything. They are harmless guys. All they do is they read some books and they keep talking about it and they chant one mantra only. All the time they chant the same thing. If they are changing the mantra regularly, you have to be worried a little bit. But they chant the same thing again and again. Loudly they chant, they dance with the same mantra, they japa also with the same mantra. They know only one mantra. Pretty simple guys here. Leave them alone. But actually they are very dangerous people. Because they go around doing this to everybody. They convert many people to think like them. Right? People who really know what is the plan, they'll get very disturbed. So, anyway, the point here in this nice shloka is opulence. That a devotee of the Lord knows how to handle Krishna's energy in the service of the Lord. He is not afraid whether he is Swarga, Apavarga, Narakeshu, Api Tulyartha Darshinaha. He is not affected in any way. That's the important thing. It's not that we should artificially become like that and force it upon ourselves. But if it so happens in your devotional life that something is missing out, take it as a blessing of the Lord. Good. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. And if you got too much wealth and you want to get rid of it, you may donate it here. We have a project going. We take care of everybody who wants to get rid of their assets. I'm just joking on the side. I'm speaking for the fundraising department, by the way. I'm also the official brand ambassador for Kove Chandra. So I'm just saying that devotees of the Lord possess the most costliest treasure and they can afford to do many things because they will remain without attachment. Detachment is a great wealth. Satisfaction is a great wealth. Bhakti is the greatest of all wealths. Bhakti's sister and brother are detachment and satisfaction. So a devotee possesses this. And therefore he can move around anywhere in this world without any problem. That is the wealth of a devotee. Therefore we should encourage people to be devotees. We should make it possible for many conditioned souls to be devotees because they will actually become rich from inside out. And that's what is real wealth. And for achieving that, Krishna may sometimes give you material wealth, sometimes take away your material wealth. And a devotee is prepared for both. It doesn't matter. Why? I'm interested in the real wealth. Because I have value for that, I'm interested in the real wealth, I'll do away with it. Bali Maharaj did that. Krishna forcibly took away everything from him, one after another, until he would even give himself away. Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam. Until he gave himself away to Krishna. And then he completely protected Bali. Kept him very cozy and comfortable in devotion. This way, achieving Krishna's shelter is the greatest security, the greatest wealth, and it makes you happy. This is our goal. We are not interested in temporary wealth, temporary assets within this temporary life. Devotees are very smart. They want the top class wealth and they want to keep it forever. They want to keep it forever. Om Tat Sat. I've already been told to stop. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nittai Gaura Premanande. I'm sure you have no questions.
Hare Krishna, one online question from Swati P. Hare Krishna Maharaj, pranams. Chitraketu had a desire to have son and later might be having some desire to end up in heavenly planets in next life. How to get rid of material desires, Maharaj?
Just keep chanting Hare Krishna. Just keep rendering devotional service. And try your best to tolerate the itch of the desire. And if Krishna so wants, he may grant the desire. If he doesn't want, he may not grant the desire. And if you have it in your karma, you may get it satisfied. If you don't have it, you can hanker and it may not come. Whatever Krishna's plan is, accept it. So, desires are plenty. It's not unnatural to have desire. It is unnatural to think that every one of your desires should be satisfied and that is why God is available. That is unnatural. God is not here, Prabhupada said, as your order supplier. He may grant some desire with the viewpoint of helping you. That is up to him. So we have to get used to the fact that if you have that particular, what you call, fortune, then you may get those desires satisfied. If not, you should learn how to be a little detached. And if you don't learn that, then desire is the root cause of all misery. Your desire will make your life miserable. That's what happened to Chitraketu. Chitraketu, when he became free from that desire, he became very happy. He became very happy. So, these desires are temporary. They are between your birth and death. And all these desires are material. And they give you fleeting gratification. But develop the desire to achieve love of Krishna, that will give you everything. And that is permanent. And that is what the soul wants, really. What you need is different from what you want. What you want is your material desires. What you actually need, for which you are crying, is love of God, Krishna Prema. When you get Krishna Prema, all your needs, all your wants are simultaneously satisfied. This we must understand, at least theoretically, through knowledge. In this way, we can satisfy ourselves with knowledge first, control our minds, control our desires, and engage in devotional service. Om Tat Sat. Any other question or comment? Yeah, Rasika Gora, and then Navadvip Kumar and Shailavasini, in that order.
As soon as he saw the Lord, he was fully satisfied.
Pardon? Yeah,
It is mentioned that as soon as Dhruva Maharaj saw the Lord, he was
Yeah.
fully satisfied.
yeah.
So, how do we, as a mortal being, we get periods of satisfaction? I think Prabhupada mentions about the eternal satisfaction, fully satisfaction. How do we reach that stage?
Yeah, you know you're a sadhaka. You're a sadhaka. You're practicing. So, training takes some time. We are practicing. So, you have to learn, you have to apply, you have to practice, and then gradually you become perfect. You get yourself admitted in a medical college. I know you always I want to become one day a doctor and hold the stethoscope on my neck and, cut a few stomachs, rip it open and do a few surgeries, and you're waiting for it. Take some time, but very soon you'll be able to do it. Similarly, as a sadhaka, the process given here by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is perfect. If we do it, go through the sadhana stage, the perfection stage, and then the bhakti, love of God stage. All these three stages are mentioned. So it will happen if we are on the right track, being guided by Guru and Krishna, guided by Acharya's teachings. And if we endeavor, it will happen. Different people endeavor differently. Some are tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. They may do it faster. Some have got a little few attachments here and there, so they delay it. Takes a little longer time. Like that. It varies according to your own sincerity, purity, effort, and all that together. And that is normal even for the material world. Even in the material world, like I told you that in my college when I did in NIT Trichy, I had a very rich man. I remember Mr. Panikar from Kerala. His son was a tennis player, always having a band around his head, wild looking, and genius in electronics and everything. But he did engineering for 8 years. He was in that campus even after I left. And his father will call up and cry, wake him up and say, go write the exam. Today is your exam. He will send the peon to his hostel and knock the door and said, Sir, exam nadakirudhu. Please come to write the exam. His father will call up and ask him to go and write the exam. Brilliant guy. But he did for so long engineering. Everybody else did in 5 years and left. Some people drag their feet, some people do this, some people do that, they have other interests. Some people, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, they quit immediately because of past life, Sukriti and everything. But the path is correct. The delays and all that are only because of us. Yes, who's the next?
Maharaj, Hare Krishna. So, in practical terms, Maharaj, looks like we are left with two options with our desires. Either to tolerate that and just control our mind, or to engage that in the service of Krishna. Like Prabhupada used the words dovetailing everything in Krishna, or utility is the principle. So, how do we do this? Because on the background of this question, I'd like to bring forward the 4 social orders, because everybody is inclined to do something, and it is tricky to choose whether we are attached to what we decide to do, or it can be dovetailed in the service of Krishna. So how do we deal with it?
Yes, very important question, very good question. How to, that is why you have a guru. Because I like something, I will do that type of seva. It's very good. You can be fixed in your seva. But you must also know that through my seva, swe karmanya abhiratah samsiddhim labate narah. That each one, swe karmani, have an inclination for doing work in a particular way. Samsiddhim labate narah. The person will get perfection if he serves Krishna through his inclination. But he must also, over a period of time, gradually understand and sublimate that desire to be simply doing something that he likes and turn it around into something that Krishna likes. I do because Krishna likes. It changes from I am doing the service because I like to do the service to I do this service because it pleases Krishna. A devotee purifies himself and gradually reaches a stage where I'm ready to do anything if it pleases Krishna. That process is called devotional service, from sadhaka stage to perfect stage. That is called yoga. So there is a process for that. The Bhagavad Gita fully describes that. Krishna goes into intricate details of that. He gives various stages in that change, in the transformation. And he urges Arjuna to do it for each of these reasons. Right? So that is a process of purification. When we are purified, then we have no such type of attachments that I have to do this or I have to do that. Material capability actually is an advantage because you can use it in the service of Krishna. But you should not get stuck up with your material capability and your taste that you're getting out of doing it and being a doer and all that. That also you should know from knowledge that you gain. So you should work deep internally. Purification, it occurs, then you are able to understand that I'll do anything if it pleases Krishna under the order of Guru, Hari, Guru, Vaishnava. I will do what is required because it pleases Hari, Guru, Vaishnava. That's a high stage. How we will do? That you can start with things that you like to do, but gradually you will know that by your knowledge, by reading the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavad, I should not do only what I like to do. I should do what is needed. What is needed. And the transformation will occur gradually. So, it's a science. It works. Yeah, Shailavasini Devidasi.
Since it's a personal question of mine, Maharaj, because I'm still in bodily platform, I think I'm a woman, so I'm more of sentimental type, and I want to show my emotions as such, and want to be simple. But when I'm expected to be
Hold the mic closer.
When I'm expected to be more matured, when others expect me to be more matured, since I'm doing all these scriptural readings and understanding, it gives me more of anxiety and somewhat being burdened sometimes. I don't know how to handle this because I like to be simple, showing whatever emotions I have a little bit. I want sentimental, emotional support like that. But when I'm expected to be matured by others, or when something happens like that, I have more anxiety and I'm being disturbed. So how to handle this? I'm confused.
Somebody told you don't be emotional, don't be sentimental.
It's happening sometimes because you are reading so much. Why you're
So you have to ask them to explain what is the meaning of you saying sentimental and emotional. I need to be emotional towards my child. I need to be exchanging with him affection. And I can do that, and it is important for his growth. So I cannot sacrifice that. It will affect, I will not do my duty. And it is natural for me as a mother to be, little emotional and this thing. What is wrong in that? Krishna consciousness does not mean you do something artificial. Krishna consciousness means you are natural all the time. Nothing wrong. You only mentioned that I am in a woman's body and therefore I am like this, like this. You defined yourself. Right? So why don't you just be yourself? Doesn't mean that if you're a little emotional and this thing, you're not Krishna conscious. As though if you don't have any emotion, you are very mature. No emotion at all. என்னங்க குழந்தை பிறந்திருக்கா? Okay, congratulations. வீட்டுக்கு கட்டியிருக்கீங்களா? Very goodங்க. நல்ல பெயிண்ட் அடிச்சிருக்கீங்க, நல்ல கலருங்க. Very good. Good. You have done a good job. No emotion. They will say, என்னையா ஒரு கட்ட மாதிரி so many things I am telling you, you don't show any. Are you a human being or what? I am liberated. This is completely artificial. Who told you? Who told you this? Arjuna cried with Abhimanyu there. Kunti Devi had emotions. Draupadi saw her children completely slaughtered. You think she didn't feel anything? Who said that you should not have emotions? Emotion is a sign of you being a human being, a living, kicking, alive, conscious being. How else will you tell everybody that I'm living? Be like a robot. That's what this education institution teaches you. Be a robot. So I don't think you should just be at least a proper human being first. Nothing wrong. Prabhupada never said these type of things. He felt emotion for some boys fighting in the garbage with some dogs for some food. He shed tears. Prabhupada is emotional. Prabhupada is sentimental. He said that I must feed these people prasadam. He was many times emotional, seeing that some of his devotees are giving up their life and working for the movement, and he was very emotional sometimes. That's a sign of a proper cultured human being. What is wrong?
Especially we face it when we are angry sometimes.
You face what? You face
advices of philosophical things.
Yeah, you should not speak philosophy in the wrong place. There is, Prabhupada said, philosophy is nice, but better than that is the practice of philosophy. Better than that is the practice of philosophy. So, I think we have to be realistic, not idealistic in the practical execution of Krishna consciousness. We go through a lot of difficulty in that transformation, in the community, in the family, and all that. Then gradually you become transcendental to it. You live with it, and you're perfectly all right with it. With all the warts and the pimples and the acne and the everything, you accept their face. It is part of life. This is how it is. That is more realistic. I get a little scary when people tell me something that's very, strict and so mechanical and rigid and mechanistic. I think I'm afraid of people like you. A little mistake here, a little this thing there, this happened. It's perfectly natural. I got a little emotional. Perfectly all right. Understandable. So don't worry. But that does not mean that you should go to the other extreme. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.